Hello, hello. Greetings, everyone. Um, I won't be. All right. Good evening. How are you guys doing today? Sorry, I was just getting everything started. This is okay. Welcome to What's on Your Mind Wednesday Live with Uche Onochie, where I talk about things that matter to people. I answer questions um, from different topics. I answer questions from different areas, and so today I am answering something different. You just ask. You just ask, and you never know the kind of question that you will ask that might just be what will be bring some form of transformation into your lives. People are asking, is he only in business? Is he only in business? Is he only a career in leadership? No. People ask. I'm also a life coach, so I discuss life issues, relationships, marriages, and I discuss the issue of also personal finance. I think today somebody asked me about personal finance, and so I'm going to talk a bit about that. So you just ask me what you think that is important to you, and I'll take out time and I will answer you. So I um I want to say this because I realize that for me, I've attended a lot of seminars, a lot of webinars for many years, and I always wait for the opportunity to ask a question because that's why I came. Everybody that comes for a conference, a seminar, is coming for something. Is coming because of something, to receive something. And you know, when you receive that thing, you leave that place and you leave very happy. So please do not hesitate to ask questions here. I'll be glad. I've already committed myself that I will be coming here every Wednesday by 4 p.m. to answer your questions. So let's go to the question for the day. Um, we just have one question for today, but I think I'll also let us know about other things that are happening within the foundation and what other things are happening. Okay, so this is from Bolaji from Igbo Iche. I think this is in Port Harcourt, River State. Bolaji from Igbo Iche. And he says, "Greetings, sir. I always see your videos after you are finished. I thought I would throw in my question. What is the best way to teach children financial literacy? I'm a father to a 2-year-old and I want to actively train all my children to be financially literate. What sources do you recommend?" Okay, so Bolaji from Igbo, I like this question because it has to do with posterity. It has to do with our children, and you know, it has to do generally with breaking the backbone of poverty and lack away from Nigerian homes, from Black homes, because we have not taken this wealth creation very seriously. So you always see my video after it's finished. Okay, so maybe you should try and tune in on time. It's 4 p.m. on Wednesdays, and on Mondays it is 5 p.m. So Monday 5 p.m., Wednesday 4 p.m. I'll be glad if you tune in to the next one and on time. So he said, what is the best way to teach your children financial literacy? You know that the best form of education really is not a formal kind of education. It's informal, because you must agree with me that most of the things that we learned in school is not what we're using today. Charity begins at home. Wealth creation also begins at home, when you begin to teach your children the importance of wealth from the house. You talk to them. To my surprise, I waited for a long time to teach my children the principles of wealth creation. And I was surprised and I was shocked. The day I wanted to speak to them, I thought that maybe they are too young. They might not. They're too young. Maybe they wouldn't understand what I'm saying. But I was surprised. I was shocked. I said, let me just do it all the same. I was shocked that when I told them, they said, why haven't you told us this before? You know, and they've been spending their money and they've been using up their money. That why haven't I told them that before? And I said, okay, perhaps I should have told you guys on time, but well, now you know. So let's begin the wealth creation journey. So I will tell you is that the things for kids really is you teach them by reputation. You teach them from a young age the importance of having money, the importance of what to do with money. So when my kids begin, they have a piggy bank, which is just something I built for them. Each and every one of them have their name. So when you give them money, they put it in there. So but I realized that they were putting in money. They wanted to take it. They were putting in money. They wanted to take it because they did not understand why they were putting the money out there in the first place. So I said I needed to discuss with them that, see, the first thing that you need to teach both children and adults is that you need to teach them that wealth creation starts from savings versus spending. The problem with poor people or people that never seem to have is that they always spending. They are always consuming. They are spending, they're always consuming, and they're not producing anything. So what it means now is that you begin to teach your children the importance of saving. If you cannot save, you cannot be rich. So when they ask you that, why is it that I have to save this money? You tell them wealth starts from savings. These are the things that have to do with wealth creation. The first one, you have to start saving. It's not how much you earn that is important. It is how much you save and put aside. So the first thing you have to teach your children is to make sure they save. The other one is their work culture, which starts from the home, yeah, which you start teaching them from home. But I'll get to that. So savings now, you give them money, 20 naira, 50 naira, 10 naira, 5 naira. If they do well, anything they do, if they wash their plates, if they do this, they sweep, whatever it is, you give them money and you tell them to save it. And I told my children that that is the first step, learning how to save. Learning how to save. Then when you learn how to save, I will use your own money and open a bank account for you. And they were quite happy that they will have a bank account. So you learn how to save. That money will be put into your bank account. That is the next that is the next step. See, if you're able to save money, then the next step is to to make sure you constantly earn so that you'll be able to save. And how will they constantly earn so that they will be able to save? Then you have to put them to work at home. Let them realize that everything that they need in life, let them realize they need to start to work for money. They need to start to work for money. Because if they are around the house, it's not because you have house help that your children will not be able to do anything in the house. So if you have house helps, then you begin to tell them the benefits of, of dressing their bed, sweeping their room, mopping their toilet if need be. And if they're obedient, you reward them from time to time. Okay, so another thing they need to realize is that if they want something, they have to buy it themselves, even if it's not completely true. So you want a bicycle, say they begin to grow, they want a bicycle. And I don't know, the last time I bought bicycle was between 55 and 95,000, depending on which. So let's say 100,000 naira for bicycle. So you tell them to start saving. So once they start saving, they become very serious in putting aside money because they want. And I tell them, assuming it's 100,000 you want to buy, and I will tell them you will not finish your money in your account because you want to buy a bicycle. So they begin to work hard. You realize that their room is always tidy. When they eat, they wash their plate. Anytime they do something that you like, you reward them with that. So because now they know that it's not because they think that my dad can provide it for me, I have to work for it. So from time to time, I will tell them that, oh, your piggy bag, your money is 20,000. So I just keep telling them figures until I tell them, oh, your money is up to 100,000 naira, but we cannot leave the money like that. We can't leave your account empty. True or false? They say true. So they'll continue to save, continue to work, and I'll tell them, okay, you are lucky, you have 150,000, so let me use 100,000 and let me use to go and buy your bike. I never touch their money, they don't know that I don't touch their money, but the thing is that they know that they need to work, because the first culture that you need to do is to teach them the culture, the working culture. The working culture. We also talk about business. You teach them the working culture. So now your 2-year-old, your 3-year-old, your 4-year-old now begin to understand that they need to work. They need to work to earn. And where do they start to work? They start to work in the house. Then as they grow, you also increase their pay. And when they have time, you bring them to your office, they work and they get paid 1,000, 2,000. So they know that if they want a new, the more they grow older, they're making demands. You see, it's your son of 10 years old wants an iPhone, or he wants a Samsung, 200 and something thousand naira, because he doesn't know the word. So if you want to buy for him, you make sure that he works for it. I use their money to put inside the account. I don't use their money to buy that thing they want, because their money really cannot buy it. So when I say you've made up to 100,000, maybe they are on 5,000, because the money they earn is 20 naira now, is 50 naira. The highest is 100 naira, except maybe a guest come and give them 500 naira or 1,000. So they are earning that small. There's no way they can do that in 6 months and all of a sudden they have 100,000. No. So you wait. If they make a request, they know that they need 6 months, depending on the amount, they need 6 months minimum to be able to raise the funds. So in as much as I would do it for them, they know they now need to work. So the first thing that comes to their mind if they want to make a request, they tell me, Dad, I'm ready to work. Give me what to do. So for some, they've graduated to washing car. They've graduated to sweeping outside the compound. Although I have people that do all that, it does not matter. Now they know that they need to work. Because you see that in Europe, in the Western world, when a child is 14, 15, what is that? Some from 10, they've started working. 14, 15, 16, and they work and they save and they do something, because some homes, once you are 17, 18, they kick you out of the house. So we need to teach our children that working culture. They need to understand that they need to work to earn whatever they want. I've been able to instill that in my children. The second one now is saving the money. Because children, when they have money, the first thing they want to do is to buy. So now I now sit down and I tell them, what do you think your future is going to be like? You know, all of them will say they want to be rich, they want to be wealthy, they want to be this. And I tell them the first step to being wealthy is to work. After working, you'll be able to save. After saving now, you need to now know what to do with money. This is making money is that simple if you understand the concept. The concept is that you need to have a job, and that you need to have a job that will take care of you, and also for you to be able to save. And it's not how much you put aside that is important. It is the consistency in putting it aside. Then when you put aside that money, you will now be able to, then you start learning what to do with money. You start investing those things that can bring money to you. Okay, so now this is how you can also teach them, because now they are saving up money. They know if they want something that you agree with, they now need to work to get it. Then I tell them, okay, now in your bank account, you have 50,000 naira, you have 10,000 naira, you have this in your bank account. Then you have to teach them, that 50,000, you can multiply it. They will be interested to find out, how will I multiply this money? By putting it in something that can earn them something. So what is it that you can put it? So you can call them and say, okay, I want to put your 50,000 into this business, and when we make profit, we'll bring it back. So one of them was in my office one day, and someone came, we were talking about, he wanted to buy some raw materials, or he wanted to buy something from the north and bring it to come and sell, and he needed 50,000 naira to be able to do that. So I told him, okay, I will invest. He said, so how much? Said within 1 week, 1 month, he will give me back the money with 20,000 naira profit. So my son heard it. So I told him, I said, come, I'm going to use that your money and give to this person. He screamed that, why will I give? I say, it's called investment. I'm going to give this guy money that in 1 month's time, your money now become 70,000. He was happy, but he said, do I trust the guy? He now started speaking like an average investor. Do I trust the guy? Won't the guy eat his money? Won't he do this? Won't he do that? Won't he do? I say, no, this is business. This is how you invest. Okay. So I gave the guy the money, but my son was right. Long story short, it was 60,000 naira. That the business didn't. I was sure happy that I got 10,000 naira return on investment. So I now took my own 10,000 and I put in the account so that it'd be 70,000. So first of all, I brought this cash, 70,000, and gave to my son. I said, see your money, but you're not spending it. I'm taking. He was so excited. I said, that is what is called investment. This is what you call, you put money into something, it brings something to you. It takes time. Then I call them. I always call them. They always want to know where they are from. What is this? My grandfather, my grandmother. You must tell your children where they are from. You must tell them their accomplishments and also some failures of their grandfather, their father, their great father. You must tell them. Don't only tell them the good side. Don't do like our fathers that always told us they always came first. So who came last? I believe in this generation we are wiser than them. So tell them how you fail. Tell them how you pass, because they are quite intelligent people. You are telling them all those things. One day they are going to come and be asking you some questions. Don't you see the questions 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old ask these days? You can't outsmart them. Okay, so I said, okay, this is your money. Let me put it back in the account for you. At least he understood that he has to work in the house. He understood that he has to save. Then he has to invest the money so that the money will be multiplying. At least now he has the concept. Now I've taught him the working culture. What working culture is. I taught him the essence of having to earn, the essence of having to work to earn. It is very important that children will understand that. Then also saving, your saving culture, and now also to multiply money. That's basically the steps that you need to tell your children. I also gave them mathematics because when I started my financial personal finance training, I had to experiment it. So I now told them of how there was someone that was earning 100,000 naira every month, and now I had to train him, show him how he can save a certain amount of money. And the end of one full year, he was able to save 680,000 naira, so that they also can learn how to save. So it's become important to them that now the first thing that they do is not to spend, but to save. What causes people to remain in poverty and lack is that once money comes to them, the next thing they want to do, they remember all the things they want to spend. That is a habit that will perpetually leave you in lack. That's why you see that money does not meet money or doesn't stay in your hand for too long, or your take home is not taking you home at all. So that is the reason why you need to learn how to multiply money. It's multiplication. Just remember this formula: retain, RSM. You retain, you save, and you multiply. Those formulas was something that when you have money, you have to retain it, then you have to multiply it, then you have to save. It's basically those things, and teach our children investment. Okay, let me talk about business before I round up. Also, I talk to my children and teach them the concept of having to do business. You teach them the concept of coming up with ideas. They ask me, what is business really? And I tell them that business is the ability, you break it down as in their own level, the ability to create something for people or to produce something for people that will make their life better, and they tell you thank you. So they now understand that wealth creation is all about, business is all about doing something to solve somebody's problem. So I asked them which one wants to do business. All of them say they want to do business. But I now say, okay, before you do business, you have to work for somebody. You have to work for somebody to understand how the workplace is before you can begin your own business. So this is a talk. We have family day. So these things I've been telling you, I've done it over the past 10 years for my kids. I don't have any structure. I don't have any structure or anything that book. I give them some of my books to read. There's this book that Warren Buffett wrote, and he wrote it in form of cartoon. They like it so much. In fact, they go to my study. It's the first book they will take. I can't remember the name. It's in form of, it's about, well, it's about investment, but it's in that form. So when you begin to buy books, videos for your 2-year-old, buy the things that talk about money, wealth creation, and using your money to do good. Children like that. So just don't buy them the things that you say are normally children should do this. Buy them the things that shape their mind the way you want it. I shape the mind of my children to the best of my ability in the way I want it. So I am in this financial sector, and I want that each of my children should be billionaires before they are 30 years old. So this is my target. And I'm not talking about billionaires from the inheritance they're going to get from me. No, that's not what I'm saying. Because if I've been able to raise people to become billionaires, my own sons that I will not be able to do that. There is from their work, from these savings that they have, on this account that they have. That's what I'm talking about. Is a project that I've started. So now I sit with them and they will ask about where they are from. I will tell them, then I begin to tell them about money. And I make it sound very interesting. And I pop them with this encouragement that they can't, there's nothing they cannot do. And I teach, and I'm giving them the essence, the purpose of having wealth, what wealth is for, how to have that wealth, how to sustain wealth, and to use wealth to do good. And I tell them, you see that every movie ends with the good people winning, right? They understand that good people will win. So if good people are going to win, so it is the rich people that help other people that are going to win. So in their own way, they understand it in their own way. And if I watch cartoon with some of them, with them, because I also like cartoon. It's not only for children. So when we watch cartoon, and I'm telling them, you see why it's good to be rich. And anybody that is a rich person that is doing any good deed, I say that is the reason why someone has money and needs money, and that's why God will bless you. And so I try to talk to them from anything. If they tell me that this car, we need to change this car, and I tell them, I haven't changed this car. Why do you think I haven't changed this car? They say, okay, because I don't want to empty my account, that I need to have a certain amount. Because I tell them, before you can buy a car, you should have money to buy 5 cars, at least, minimum. So that before you buy one, they will ask me, so what would they be doing with the other money for 4? I say, you be investing that money for 4. And do not spend if you are not investing. That you buy car, you do all those things from the proceed, the ROI of your investment. ROI is your return on investment. So it's not one day I'm telling them. I said like 10 years. I am pumping them, and I'm telling them, and I'm pushing them, and I'm saying, look, when you're working, I'm your financial manager. You see, my son now that is getting ready to go into university and get work. Me and him, we have drawn up a formula of when he starts working, what will he do with his money? So we've already have that formula, the savings, the what goes to this, what goes to that, what goes to that. To my surprise, when I gave him that formula, I said, this is the formula for wealth. He came back and said, I forgot something. He said he wants to be giving 30% to me and his mom. I say 30% is too much. Did we come to, do we want to enslave you? That no, why will you? But you see, he thought about it because he appreciated. He said, my first son, he said, no, he needs to give this also to us. I said, for what? He saw that for father's blessing or mother's blessing. I say, yes, I reduced it. I say, look, we don't need more than this. If you want that blessing, fine. So, but because I am talking about, I talked about how to honor father and mother, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and that's what he learned, and he's now applying it now. So make sure you talk to your children constantly. From when they are 4 or 5 years, they've already started developing some form of personality. They are developing habits. And that is the time for you to mold them to become something else. There's some, with kids, one will look like you, as in we have your traits, and some will have the trait of your wife. And most of that time, those traits are the traits that you don't really like. So now I see the traits, my own traits, in some of my children, and I see some of their mother's traits in them. So I said, no, this trait cannot live from this generation to the next. We need to change it. And my wife was like, are you sure you'll be able to change as they leave me now? As long as it's what they hear and do. It might be environmental that made you have that trait that you now see in the life of your children. Let me change it now. And I was able to change it. You see, it's just by talking. With children, you are talking, you are experimenting. Be their friend. Importantly, be their friend. So you can teach them, like, I'm not you. When I say be your friend, please, you are not supposed to be your children's friend, though. A friend that you cannot discipline them. They know that I blow up from zero. You know how a Ferrari goes from 0 to 160. So we might be cool, but from 0 to 120, if they misbehave, I don't spare anybody. Let them also know that, but you must be able to bring them close so that they will be able to tell you the things that are in their mind. I have a son that he's good in sciences. I see him like somebody that is good in science. He hasn't reached that class yet. But he said no, that he doesn't want it. He wants to do commercial. I said, which one is commercial? He said he wants to do business. He wants to be a businessman like me. That's why he doesn't want to waste his time to read sciences. He wants to start business early. That's my last son. And that's the one that took this understanding of this wealth creation. He's 11 years now in JS2. And he's firing, he's saving, he's asking questions, because of what I have put inside of him. See, wealth is always a mindset. It's in the mind. It's never anything so physical. This is what I see this is what I see. This is why white people in the US, although black people were not given much chance in the US, they were deliberately not giving grants and loans that can help them become house owners. I agree. When after the Great Depression, that government had to assist people to become landowners, they assisted only the white, they didn't assist the black. And that is where, and they are deprived from anything to give loan, they are deprived for anything to raise money that they can use in business and all that. It happens, at least I've studied that in the US. But apart from that, you also see that the white families, they teach their children wealth creation from start. They teach them to become producers and not consumers. You have to teach your children to produce. You have to teach them that when they want to enter into business, business is simple. If they understand the concept that they are producing something and for somebody, so your children will keep telling them, you provide house for people to live in. Don't you want to be a landlord? They will say yes, they want to be a landlord. So provide house. I say, you like this Indomie noodles. Why don't you do your own Indomie that people, you are a child, you know the kind that you like. They say, I tell them, what don't you like in this Indomie? They will say this, I say, it's time for you to begin to think how you can produce your own. They say, how? I don't have. I say, but you are saving money in the bank. When you are ready, you come, we'll go to your account, we'll remove it and we'll start producing. So they're beginning to understand that whatever is lacking in the society that they don't like, and they think they can add value, that is business, is value addition. And people reward you for that value you bring into the society. That is how you teach them how to become business people. Not to tell them, I want to become a business person, and they're looking for, come and collect loan from you, 100 million, start business, and they will wreck it. Business starts from this idea and you begin to grow it. Teach them how to start small. Teach them how to understand how to grow things small. And is the concept, is the principle wealth creation that they need. And this is what I tell my Black American friends. We always discuss it. I say, look, you have to go to your communities and let Black people begin to teach this, from stop being consumers to become producers and manufacturers. And when I say manufacturing, it doesn't mean that you have to have a warehouse, you have to have a factory. You can start small. You can. Microsoft, where did it start? Is it not in a garage? Where did it start? Zenith Bank also too started in a garage. Where did Apple start from? Did they start in Silicon Valley? They didn't start there. They started small. So you don't need to start big. You have to start small, producing small and small. Investors will come. Bill Gates was a young man in his 20s when people started investing in him, giving him money to start. So at any particular point in time, so that by when they are 20 years, if they want to launch out in business, you are just counseling them because they understand the concept of this is what I can do in the society. This is what I can provide. So I'm teaching them. One of them came after I've talked to them. One said, I want to begin to play. There's a game that I want to bring out. Everything inside of me, like a Nigerian parent will say, so after all this thing I've talked, is game, computer game. That's where your mind is, But I said, I didn't say that because I realized that if you say those type of things, you are killing that creativity inside of them. And so I started asking him, he said, look, these games that they play now is not for children. That children are not thinking about these games. And every day he comes and tells me that, see, by the time he comes out with his game, every child in every country and continent will be thanking him because, and I asked why. He said, because games don't have this, games should have this, games should have this type of game. And I started listening to him and I started encouraging him. All he wants to do is IT. Everything he wants is laptop. Everything he wants is he just wants to remain in that laptop and in that laptop and on the internet if he has access to internet. But he remains. That's what he wants. So and I realized that yes, he might start with gaming, but who knows where he will go. So I didn't say, oh, it's because of game. So watch what you tell your children that can just stifle that growth inside of them. Watch what you say. So I started saying, no, I need to encourage him for him to be able to do what he wants. And he's doing he's doing desktop publishing. He's designing. He will take my complimentary card. He will design it. So I'm seeing that all he just wants to do is to just be on the laptop and on the internet and to do it. His laptop has a problem. Every time he has a problem, I'm quick to repair it for him because that is what he wants. That is what he wants. So, and I'm not teaching him game. I say, will you do game for free? He say, no, it's for children. I say, you cannot do it for free. That thing that you're offering is a service and they need to pay you for it. So this is a talk that you generate with your kids and just try as much as possible to talk to them regularly, at least every week. I used to be the one that would call them, let's have family talk. I call it family time, talk time. And so, but now they're the ones that remind me about that talk time. They're the ones that remind me that we've not had that talk time because they want to hear me talk about those things. You also need to begin to groom. This is the training that you give to your children. This is the training, and no matter what, it might not be only on wealth creation, it can be on any other thing. I have 3 boys at home right now. So I talk to them. You never know. I talk to them even when they were young, to 7, 8, 9, we discuss issues, and we discuss issues of homosexuality. And they ask questions and you tell them, because if you let the world to teach them some certain things, by the time you realize it's already late. You need to be free to discuss things with them. Let them be comfortable to discuss things with them, and they will learn from that. And all of them are gearing up. I think it was last month, someone said, I'm gearing up. What he wanted something, I said, you cannot have it. He said, Dad, don't worry. I will be a billionaire. We can afford these things. I say, if you work hard, if you do the things you need to do. So please teach them. From that 2 years, begin to talk to them, begin to see how you can train and mold their mind. You know that is when you start growing. Children don't know what fear is. That's why a 1 year old, 18 months old can just go and put their hand inside gas if there's nobody there. They don't know what fear is. A child can walk off the staircase. If you are not watching a child, he can jump up or can walk and jump off a 20-story building. They don't know what fear is. Every child put something and you don't watch them. They want to open it with their inquisitive mind to find out what is inside. What is inside. So you need to guide them and build them from that time. You need to begin to instill those thoughts inside of them. You can be this, you can be that. This is how I did for my children, and it takes a while. It took me 10 years, and I'm still doing it. It's going to be a lifetime thing that you continue to talk to them, make them to be comfortable with you so that you can groom them, so that you can train them to become the people that you want them to be. When they are born, I think every father, every parent, every mother, we have some form of intuition. They have some form of discernment of what this child can become. You are watching them. You know the ones that can do sciences, the ones that are good in maths, even before they start going to school. You know the ones that speak well. You can see some of their abilities and capabilities that they came to earth with, and you can begin to groom them in that line. Although some are late bloomers, so you also need to watch them. All of them cannot be that fast. So you need to be able to watch and know how you're going to groom them. But since you asked me about financial literacy, you as the father, you also need to learn financial intelligence and financial discipline. Some of these things I told you is discipline. The second law of abundance is the law of discipline. How to discipline yourself not to spend, but to save. If you also need to go and you ask for materials, as you recommend resources, I recommend financial literacy, which is financial intelligence and financial discipline. This, you start reading it so that you'll be able to transfer it onto your kids. Our kids are the future. Our kids are the future. We need to make them realize, we are the ones that keep saying Nigeria is like this. How can Nigeria do this? How can Nigeria, things will not go well, not in this climate, not in this. So when we are saying those negative things, they too are soaking it up. But when you tell your children they can do it, they can do whatever they want, and you're going to support them, you see that they come out better. Is it not people's children that started Paystar, that they are going to pay them 200 million naira and to buy into Paystar? It's because nobody discouraged them from doing it. So if you have your children that are good in IT, everything is IT these days. The world is moving into the internet and the laptop, computer, phone, and all that. So if you have children, you should also be able to position them within that area. Position them within that area so that they will grow up to become better human beings. So bring up these children; they are our future, and be mindful of the things you tell them. Be mindful of the things, how you shape their mind. Make them be fearless. They came out fearless. Don't put fear inside them. And when they begin to talk all those things we call jargons and begin to want to create all those things, don't hinder them much. Just guide them, because that is creativity in the making. That is innovation in the making. So when your child comes and tells you one thing that is nonsense, I want to cook this, I want to do that, listen and begin to tell them, oh, you can do it like this. Do you know that somebody, when during my time, kids will go and be cooking outside. Now the kids don't go out, they will cook, they will do all manner of things. They want to copy being parents. So if a child is coming and putting all those things I want to cook, then you begin to tell him, do you know that there are people that are called chef? You like to go to Chicken Republic, you know. Let them, they like to go to Chicken Republic. Have you told them that Chicken Republic is a business that somebody is earning from? So if they like this food, don't you think that you can do it too? So any opportunity for me to release the spirit of entrepreneurship into my children, I do. Anything they go to buy, I tell them, do you know that is a young boy from Nigeria that started this? Anything I know, if I have anything that children are creating, there's some children that created an aeroplane, a model in South Africa one time. I show them anything you see that teenagers are doing, you show them and you tell them you can be this. Your child might like food and might want to become a chef. You won't say because he wants to become a chef, no, then he must go and read engineering and medicine. Encourage them in what they want to do. And as you encourage them, a day will come. That thing they want to become, I believe that everyone is destined to be something. And when they want to become that thing, with time they will become those things. So don't be too worried. You are not the God that created them. You are just to guide them. Mind you, they are God's children. We are just custodians of these children for God. So what you need to do is that just guide them. Let nothing they say throw you off guard and begin to make you to be upset. No, let them guide you. Guide them in what they want to do. If it's finance, it's business and whatever, show them the business sense in everything. If you see them as career people, show them the work culture. It starts from the home. Then they graduate to your office before they go out into the outside world. Let them understand how the outside world works, what happens in the outside world, and before they will go there and somebody else is teaching them. So I will stop here today. I have just one question today, and I think I've done justice many times over. But thank you guys for tuning in. Before you leave, I just want to tell you about our annual program, Make in Nigeria Conference, Exhibition and Conference 2020. The topic is localizing innovation. We are talking about innovation. We have many wonderful speakers. Some of them you have seen in our flyers. We have Kunle Olakunle Shoriyan, for those of you that know him. We have Segun Awosaya. We have Aisha Otman Tofa from Kano. She's the co-founder of Kano Startup. Also have Ubon King that will be speaking at the conference. Then we have over 10, maybe 15 panelists. Each day, it starts next week, Thursday by 6 p.m. Next week, Thursday. It's starting with topics like the mechanism of problem solving. Ubon King will be talking about mechanisms of problem solving. And then after that, we'll go into a panel session, the most important questions to ask in business. Friday morning, we have Aisha Tofa talking about scaling a tech startup. And then after that, we have a panel session that is on using technology to solve problems in education, agriculture, and trade. Okay, on Friday evening, apart from Thursday, the other days, Friday and Saturday, is morning 10 o'clock and evening 6 p.m. So 6 p.m. Friday, we have Segun Awosaya. He will be talking on validating ideas and developing products. He will be talking about developmental innovation, that's creating solutions for society and humanity. Then after that, in the evening, we have a panel session, validating ideas and developing products. Saturday morning, 10 a.m., we have building a business for scale in Nigeria using disruptive innovation. That will be taken by me in the morning, and afterwards we'll be talking about navigating policies and regulations in business in Nigeria. Then in the evening, we have Kunle comes, or Lakunle Showunyo comes in the evening, Saturday evening. He will be talking about adapt or innovate. Then after that, we have panel sessions that we'll be talking on teams, structures, and funding. This is going to be quite interesting. We have exhibitors also. Exhibitors give us 1 minute video that we play in between this session. So if you're interested in exhibiting anything, you can reach out to us, and we'll be able to guide you on how to do your videos and all that. So please make it a date. It's Thursday next week to Saturday next week. I look forward to seeing you. Please help me share the flyers and share the things that you have seen in the Make in Nigeria Facebook. Please, Make in Nigeria is next week. I would like you to do two things for me. Follow me on Make in Nigeria on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we also have a YouTube channel. You can follow us there to know about the program. Also follow me on Uche Onochie Facebook, Uche Onochie on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also on YouTube to be able to know the other things that I do. Okay, before I proceed, Monday next week, I usually have seminars Monday next week by 5 p.m. It will not hold because it's our conference week. We'll be test running a lot of things so that we'll not have hitches during the conference. So we will not be on Monday. Also on Wednesday next week, we will not be on. There will not be this because it's a day to Make in Nigeria. We'll be test running this thing. So please do not tune in. We will come and we'll talk about Make in Nigeria, but there will be, these sessions will not be there. But you can ask your questions. The following week, we are back. The following week after Make in Nigeria, we're back to the seminars, and this is our commitment to you guys. Okay, so you continue. Next week will not be on apart from Make in Nigeria. I have books, I have ebooks, I have a lot of them. I do these ebooks for you. It will help you because all the things I say, they are now put in books. For those of you that don't have time to read, you can get the podcast so that you just listen to me over and over again. If you can watch the videos, you go to ucheonochie.com /shop. You will get these ebooks. You will get this audio podcast. Please, it's very important that you get them, that you get these ebooks and get podcasts and listen to it over and over again. We have courses. The good thing is that we have courses that are produced. You don't need me to do those courses for you again because I've already done them. The video and the slides are there. So all you just need to do is to play it, to just buy it and play it and listen to it and bring about transformation to your life and your business. So they are there. Every day I'm putting out courses in ucheonochie.com /shop. There's something there that will bless you. I think you need to go there and get something today. All right, I close with this now. There's a close group of people I coach to greatness every single day. I speak to them. These are the princes that are coming out of Africa. These princes that are coming out from the marketplace, from the places of commerce, business, leadership, government, and also the workplace. I'm looking for 500 people, and it's growing by the day. If you want to be part of it, I speak to them on WhatsApp. There's a link. If you can see the link, for those of you that are connected to Zoom, that can see the link. It's linktree /Uche Onochie. It's called link linktr.ee /Uche Onochie. If you click on that link, it takes you After registering, it takes you to the WhatsApp group where we'll be interacting and talking. So the link is linktr.ee/Uche Onochie. Go to that link now and register. And if you know someone that needs this daily dose of encouragement, that can help us to become, see, Africa is ours, Nigeria is ours, and we need to become disruptive thinkers, which I taught on Monday. And I've been talking to them also about that on the closed group, disruptive thinking. Even I'm making Nigeria, I'm talking an aspect of disruptive thinking, because faith coming by hearing the word of God, or hearing anything. Innovation comes by hearing the word that will make you to begin to innovate. Creativity will flow by hearing things that will make you become creative. Greatness will come by surrounding yourself with great people and hearing great words. This is how it happens. All of us, we are destined for greatness. And so let's come to that close group. I hope to see you. I will soon start live after Making Nigeria. I'm going to do a start live conferences. So it's not just to talk to you every day. There will be courses and training I am doing for this group free of charge, because these people I'm committed. So because I know them, I know the number, so I can tailor things to suit them. Don't miss out on this opportunity. And if you know someone else that needs it, don't miss out on this. Each one must help one. The more you help people, the more you grow. So God has been able to give me this wisdom and pass me through fire that I came out of it. So I want to also help people come out of where they are today. And that is why I'm doing this. So if you are, because after a while, I'm going to close the group so I can concentrate on training them. So I'm giving you nuggets now because it is growing. When it gets to a certain number, I'll close it, then I'll start those training. And these are the princes that are coming out of Africa. And when I've finished the first level of training, I will open it up again for the others. Blessed are those that are pioneers and those that are first fruits. Please help me stretch this and let us get these people and let's begin to get ready. I believe in that prophecy that Nigeria will be one of the most desirable nations by 2025. Let's make it work. Let's make it work. The youth, they are restive now. They are restless now because they want something. And now we see a level of organization from this youth. Let's help ourselves to become that thing that we want. And this is groups like this, people like me can come together and begin to give us ways and awaken that giant. When they say Nigeria is a sleeping giant, that sleeping giant is not a physical thing, it's in our minds. Nigeria needs to wake up. Nigeria waking up is you waking up. Nigeria waking up is the youth, is the whoever, wherever, even the old, waking up with ideas, with invention, with creativity. That's how we wake up, not just wake up and begin to, that is my own understanding of waking up and begin to invent so that we have companies that will begin to attract foreign company. We have businesses that will attract foreign company. You might be the next. Paystack just went. You might be the next that is building a business. Build that business to global standard, and I bet you they will come. Nigeria, Africa is the next big thing. Don't let anyone deceive you. And Nigeria is the giant of Africa. We are still coming back to that fully. And anything good that will come to Africa will start from Nigeria. So it is time for us to begin to prepare. And this is the group that I want to begin to prepare and say that this is what we can take. After that, we'll begin to network. Now, I know some of you, I don't know some of you, but the time will come, we will meet, we will converge and begin to narrow down how we can grow businesses. Our ideas can become global. I can't wait to meet you, but we need to go through this training. So until I see you, I'll be seeing you next Thursday. Like I said, Monday and Wednesday will not hold because we are test running the conference. But on Thursday, please, I hope to see you. It's always a delight when I see you guys show up. So please, on Thursday, show up. Share the link of the Making Nigeria I will send it out to those of you that are in the group. Those that are not on Facebook, on Uche Onochie, when you see it, please share it to somebody. Thank you very much for coming out this evening. Have a good night rest. I'll see you next Thursday. God bless you guys. Okay. Sure.